name's Thalia, and I'm here to do story time with you for Jackson County Library Services. I brought some friends with me today. I brought some birds, some ducks, and an owl. I brought some books. Those are my friends too. We have so many books on birds in this library. I just could not decide which one to bring, so I brought a lot of them. We're going to call all the birds in right now to make sure all the birds are coming to our little story time today. This is a little bird whistle. It's just a hollow little plastic bird, and he's sitting on some grass that I put water in there. There's a little bit of water. And when you blow in the tube here, the water goes blub, 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 because you're blowing air into it, and it makes a little sound like a bird. Listen. Here they come. Here come the birds. Here's one now. We're going to do a song now that the birds are here, okay? Way up in the sky, the little birds fly, while down in the nest, the little birds rest. With a wing on the left and a wing on the right, the little birds fly until night. Shh, they're sleeping. The bright sun comes up, the dew goes away. Good morning, the little birds say. Let's do that one more time, and you can do it with me. Way up in the sky, the little birds fly, while down in the nest, the little birds rest. With a wing on the left and a wing on the right, the little birds fly until night. The bright sun comes up, the dew goes away. Good morning, the little birds say. So nests for birds are their homes where they're born. Their little eggs are in there, and the moms and dads sometimes take turns sitting on them. And when they're ready to open, they just peck, peck, peck at their little egg and come out. I have some nests here. I have 2 hummingbird nests. This one is made almost completely of dog hair with a few little other grasses and weeds in it. And there are some little eggshell pieces in it. And what kind of bird do you suppose made this tiny, tiny little nest? It's a hummingbird. This is another hummingbird nest. It's made out of a lot of things, and the very rim right here is dog hair. And it's just to make it super soft for the babies after they're born. This is a bigger bird's nest. I'm not sure who made this. It's mostly pine needles and mud. Probably a swallow, maybe a swallow of some sort. And it's very, very sturdy, very strong nest. This is for bigger birds. I'm not sure what kind. And this is a nest that's not a bird's nest. It's a paper wasp nest, and this is what you see from the outside, often hanging from a tree or maybe from a part of your house or something even. This side of this is torn off, and you can look inside and see the little places where the paper wasps lay their eggs in here to make more paper wasps. And they have a little cave in here, and they have just little holes where they can come in through. This was torn off, but they have little holes where they can come into this. And sometimes there's even some leaves that are made into the paper that they spin. This is just chewed up plants that made this paper. Pretty interesting. Stay there? Okay. I have a really special bird book to read you called Hooray for Birds by Lucy Cousins. It has all kinds of very, very colorful birds. And they're all just wide awake and ready to come to story time, except for one of them is sleeping. And that's an owl. And the owl sleeps at night, so he's not going to be part of our story today because he's going to sleep right through it, I think. Hooray for birds. Can you imagine, just for one day, you're a busy bird? Yes, a bird. Hooray! The sun is up. The sky is blue. Wake up and shout, cock-a-doodle-doo! Flap your wings and you can fly higher and higher up in the sky. They're above the clouds. Hop, 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 or peck, peck, peck. Now swim along and stretch your neck. This is a swan with a very long neck. Say, hello, darling, and then swoop like a starling. Swoop up and down and swoop all around. Scratch the ground with your feet. Catch a fly with your beak. Yum, flies. Stand very tall on just one leg and say, cluck, cluck, and lay an egg. Catch a wriggly snake and stretch out your wings. I wonder where this bird is going to take that snake. Open your beak and sing. Tra-la-la, tweet, 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 hum, hum, hum. Cheep, cheep, cheep. Waddle like a penguin in the snow or run like an ostrich. Go, go, go! Show off your tail and puff out your chest. Then cuddle up close with Mama in your nest. What a busy bird you've been. A fun one like I've never seen. You began the day cock-a-doodle-doo. Now say goodnight. Do it, do-woo. Woo, 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 woo. And all the birds have gone to sleep except one. And that's the owl, and he's wide awake and ready to go hunting. Here's our owl right here. So these birds all have very different kinds of beaks. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but this is a book that's just about beaks, and I'm just going to show you a couple of kind of unusual ones. This is a great blue heron, and they live around here in the rivers. They're kind of grayish blue, and they stand about this tall. They're very tall, with long necks, and they're just really big, beautiful birds, and their beak is long like that. And they use it for stabbing. They stab into the water, and they grab a fish with their beak. That's why it needs to be long like that in case the water is deep. I bet you know what that is. That's a hummingbird. It's a huge hummingbird. Usually they're about that big, and they fit just fine in a nest like this. This long beak is to go up inside a flower and get the nectar for their food. And here's a couple other kinds of beaks. This is a pileated woodpecker, which we also have around here. And this beak is for drilling. It's very, very strong and pointy. And they just go peck, 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 oops, peck, peck, peck. And they go into and make holes in trees. And then they can get the bugs that are under the bark. That's their food. Yum, yum. And this beak from an Australian pelican is for scooping. This part of their beak is soft. It's not hard. This part on top is hard. But they can go in and scoop up some fish and fill up this part, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as they fill it up with fish. So they can carry a lot of fish in their beak. Lots of different kinds of beaks in here, all for different things. This beak, it's right there. This beak is for tapping. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. And breaking out of an egg. Many baby birds use a special little egg tooth attached to the end of their beak to help break the hard shell so they can get out. This is a ruddy duckling. Lots of different kinds of beaks. This is a little hill, and there's a blackbird, and there's a blackbird. Two little blackbirds sitting on a hill, one named Jack, one named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. Let's do it again. Two little blackbirds sitting on a hill, one named Jack, one named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. Okay. So now we're going to sing a song about 5 little ducks. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little ducks. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little ducks. 5 little ducks went out to play over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. 4 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. 3 little ducks went out to play over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came back. 2 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went out to play all by himself and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and all the little ducks came running back. Now it's time to say goodbye. Quack, quack, quack.